This next scary video clip comes from the Spanish ghost hunter Ricky Velasquez. In the video, which was streamed live to thousands of Ricky's viewers, Ricky Velasquez and his wife venture out to an abandoned and supposedly haunted house. At around 20 minutes into the live stream, the couple decide to do a Ouija board session, and it turned out to be a very bad idea.
No, ya no. Tú dime, ¿a poco no sientes nada?
Sí, pero ¿no quieres más?
Sí, pues sí, pero tú estás jugando, yo no estoy agarrando eso.
No más poquitas.
Ok.
¿Y qué otra cosa quieres que me pregunte?
¿Tú sientes? Se siente algo aquí ya,
¿Estás aquí con nosotros?
¡Liz! ¡Muévete de aquí! ¡Muévete! ¡Muévete! ¡Vamos! ¡Me caíste!
During the Ouija board session, the pair get some rather strange responses from whatever is communicating with them, but then the atmosphere changes and the couple begin to hear strange noises coming from the darkness around them. When Ricky's wife asks if there's anyone there with them, a creepy moaning noise can be heard coming from the corner of the room. Ricky goes to check it out, then all of a sudden, a terrifying face of someone or something can be seen hiding at the back behind the clothes. Horrified by what he's just seen, Ricky and his wife make a run for it. Ricky Velasquez's viewers were left scared to go to sleep after seeing this terrifying figure hiding in the darkness, with many believing it to be a demonic entity summoned via the Ouija board. But what do you think? Did Ricky Velasquez and his wife encounter something paranormal on their live stream? You tell me. If you're a fan of scary videos, make sure you subscribe and hit the bell icon so you don't miss any future uploads. This next entry comes from the TikTok account Win McPix. I've featured several of Win's scary videos before, many of which have left TikTok viewers creeped out. You may remember a couple, like this one with the shadow figure disappearing after standing up, and this one with the peeking figure which isn't there when Win checks inside. In the following videos you're about to see, Win is relaxing at home when he notices something out the corner of his eye. He grabs his phone, hits record, and goes to investigate.
So I don't know if you're gonna see what I'm seeing, but this is on repeat. This happens over, and then the knocking happens. The knocking, there it is, and it just goes and goes until you tell stop. Can you stop, please? Just right there. That's new. Okay. Whatever you are, you gotta go. Yeah, I don't like that. I don't like that at all. Goodbye.
As Win pans the camera down the hallway, a mysterious dark thing appears out of nowhere before quickly walking out of sight. Then knocking sounds are heard, and then a chair can be seen swiveling back and forth. Win enters the room, and a child's voice can be heard humming. Win spins the chair round, but doesn't see anyone. Then the door slams behind him, and Win gets out of there. In the following clip, Win is in his kitchen when this happens.
Lie down. Go lie down. It's okay. Lie down. Stay. Been doing this all morning and I don't have time for this today. Stop. Hey buddy, I got too much going on. You gotta cut it out. Oh shit. Okay. I'm just gonna set it up with paper towels and we'll just let the phone roll. Calm down. He's okay. Just, holy cow. Little buddy.
Wynn's dog Charlie can be heard barking at something. Then the door to Wynn's basement slowly opens. Wynn turns the light on and then it begins to flicker. Wynn shuts the basement door, but it opens again. And if you look closely, what appears to be a child-sized shadow figure creepily climbs up the stairs before it quickly vanishes into thin air when Wynn goes over to it. He closes the door, then immediately it opens, and the same shadow figure can be seen standing there watching Wynn from the darkness. Wynn goes over and again he quickly vanishes. This next clip, Wynn's dog alerts him to something rather creepy.
Leave. Stop. You gotta go. Shh, 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 shh. Calm down. What are you? Stop. Charlie, come on. I don't even know how to explain what I'm seeing. Holy hell.
Banging can be heard coming from Wynn's dining area. He goes over to check, and a pair of disembodied hands can be seen banging on the glass door. He turns the lights off inside and the outside light on to get a closer look, but whatever was just there has now vanished, like it was never there. The banging continues until Wynn opens the door, and then all of a sudden it stops. However, when Wynn shuts the door and walks away, the banging starts again, and when he turns to look, the hands can be seen banging on the glass door once again. The next day, the banging continues.
No, this is crazy. Did you hear this last night? Oh, yeah. It was going last night. Now, did you... Charlie, come here. I guarantee it's going to keep on. It'll do it again.
TikTok viewers have been left terrified by these scary videos uploaded by Wynn McPix, with many saying that they regretted watching it late at night as they became too scared to go to sleep. However, others argue that Wynn is just a master at video editing. But what do you think? Real shadow figure haunting Wynn's home, or just clever edits? You tell me. Grizzly Gaz, guided by curiosity, ventures into an ancient woodland accompanied by his loyal companion, Fendi. But this isn't your typical forest adventure. Beneath the tree line lie remnants of a forgotten railway, and it carries the haunting tale of the Lady in White. According to local lore, a woman from the 1800s who once lived atop the old tracks met a tragic end. Her restless spirit is believed to still haunt these woods. As Gaz journeys deeper, setting camp amidst the eeriness, darkness soon envelops him, and with it, the forest's secrets begin to stir.
Hello?
Hello?
Hello? Hello? I'm off, mate. I'm off.
Creepy wailing sounds can be heard coming from the darkness outside Gaz's tent. But who is making those noises? The sounds sound almost like a woman crying, almost as if the ghost of the lady in white is nearby. Gaz takes a look, but sees no one. Then the noises get louder and Gaz gets up out of his hammock to check. However, as he walks away, the camera is shook by something. The wailing can still be heard. Gaz goes to take a look, this time with the camera, and the wailing sounds appear to get louder. He calls out, but no one responds to him, and with that, Gaz decides he's had enough. Grizzly Gaz's viewers were creeped out by these haunting wailing sounds emanating out of the dark woods surrounding him. Many speculate that the chilling sounds might indeed belong to the ghost of the lady in white. But what do you think? Is this the haunting lament of the lady in white? Let me know down below. The next ghost video comes from another Japanese ghost hunting channel, Gakuburu TV. Chibitama heads out alone to the ruined Hongakuji temple, which is rumoured to be incredibly haunted. In the video, Chibitama explores the old ruined temple's main building where he hears a lot of strange noises. Then, later on, he decides to make his way down a wooded path to another part of the ruined temple. He sets up a static camera and takes a look around. Not long later, a woman's voice can be heard singing. All alone and creeped out, Chibitama decides to cut the investigation there, but as he's leaving, he encounters something which made his blood turn cold.
はい、ありがとうございました。では帰ります。さようなら。
Now, this is where I have to ask, did you spot it? As Chibitama closes the doors to the ruined temple, a pale white face can be seen peeking through the gap of the door. It stares right at Chibitama, who sees it before it disappears like it was never there. Gakuburu TV's viewers were left creeped out by whatever this is seen peeking through the gap of the door. Viewers believe it to be a spirit of a woman who has been seen wandering the temple grounds late at night. But what do you think? Use the comments to share your thoughts. This next set of creepy video clips that I put together for number 10 were posted to TikTok by Ellis Estan Conmigo, who claims his apartment is haunted. Ellis, who doesn't reveal his real name, says he's been recording strange things that keep happening in and around his apartment. Things would go bump in the night, objects would go missing, only to appear several days later, and things which can't be explained began happening. In the following videos I'm about to play, Ellis is disturbed by weird sounds coming from the other side of his apartment. He pulls out his phone, hits record, and goes to take a look.
Bueno, estoy grabando este video porque estoy tratando de dormir, pero acabo de escuchar un golpe duro por allá en la sala, entonces decidí grabar porque hace días que se viene presentando cosas extrañas en el apartamento. Son las 4 y cuarto, 4:13 minutos de la tarde, entonces me parece muy extraño que hasta ahora están sucediendo como cosas raras. Entonces, comedor. Miren, es en el comedor. Tengo las ventanas cerradas, miren. No, esto viene sucediendo hace como una semana ya. Pues la verdad se me hace muy extraño. Se me hace muy extraño que esté pasando cosas así. No lo puedo creer. No lo puedo creer, miren. ¿Qué está pasando?
Ellis gets up to investigate some strange noises coming from his kitchen. He notices the cutlery on his table moving on its own. Then the wind chimes suddenly start moving violently all on their own. But this was just the beginning.
Bueno, voy a grabar este video porque me pareció escuchar el piano mío. Ahí se escuchó. Señor bendito. Ojalá el celular alcance a tomar ese audio porque está en la otra habitación. Pero todo es muy extraño porque yo me he tocado ese piano hoy. ¿Qué pasa, Señor? ¿Qué pasa, Dios? ¿Qué pasa? ¿Qué es lo que hay aquí, Dios? Ay, Dios. Qué susto, Señor. No lo puedo creer, Dios mío bendito, no lo puedo creer. No lo puedo creer, Dios. No lo puedo creer.
While watching the TV, the keyboard in another room suddenly starts playing mysteriously by itself. Ellis goes to check, but no one's in the room. He turns the keyboard off and walks away, but then the keyboard mysteriously plays again. Creeped out, he unplugs the keyboard and leaves the room. That stopped it for now, but there are other things in the house this entity can operate. The tap can be heard running in the kitchen. Ellis turns it off, but as he steps back, a plate jumps violently on its own, startling Elos. But what would happen next? All of a sudden, a chair moves out from under the table and the cutlery can be seen moving somehow by themselves. This next clip is taken a few days later. A picture frame flips over right in front of him before the cutlery can be seen rattling and moving back and forth again, this time though with more force than before. Next, Elos is awoken at 3:20 AM by noises coming from his home. Armed with his phone, he bravely goes to take a look.
Otra vez se escuchan golpes en la sala. Son las 3:25, se escuchan golpes en la sala, se escuchan cosas, no he podido dormir. Van a ser casi las 4 de la mañana. Dios mío, ayúdame, Dios mío. Señor bendito. Abre la puerta. Cierra la puerta del baño. ¿Quién está ahí? Dios, ¿qué es eso, Dios? Ayúdame, Dios, ayúdame. Dios mío. ¿Quién está ahí? Ay, Dios. La cortina se movió. Esa cortina se movió. Ay, Dios, Dios. Dios mío, ¿qué fue eso? ¿Qué fue eso, Dios? Dios Todopoderoso, ayúdame.
Loud banging and knocking noises can be heard coming from the bathroom. When Elos gets near the door, it can be heard rattling aggressively, but then it stops. He swings open the door and all looks clear. However, when he calls out, someone or something appears to push through the shower curtain, causing Elos to back away in fear. Then the door slams shut right in front of him. He plucks up the courage to take a look again, and after checking behind the shower curtain, he doesn't find anyone. On another night, Elos is relaxing in his living room watching TV when he's disturbed by noises coming from his kitchen.
Esos cabrones se están moviendo solos.
One of the open cupboard doors slams shut. Elos cautiously approaches, but then the other cupboard door does the same thing. This next clip, while Elos is trying to get some rest, he's awoken by something playing the keyboard.
En el nombre de Jesús te ordeno que te vayas. En el nombre de Jesús ordeno que te vayas. No tienes derecho de estar aquí. Ordeno que te vas. Ordeno que te vas en el nombre de Jesús.
The keyboard can be heard playing in another room. Elos is fed up and tries to reason with whatever is playing it, and then, right in front of his eyes, the keys can be seen being pressed down, and Elos flees the room in fear. In this next clip, Elos was about to discover the activity has stretched beyond his house.
González, me copio.
Diga, le copio.
Enfócate en la cámara 6. Uno de los columpios está moviendo.
La cámara 6 ya. No, comando, no se puede ver bien, está nublado.
El otro está totalmente quieto, pero ese se está moviendo solo.
¿Cuál de los tres?
Hay uno que está bailando solo, weón.
¿En serio?
Afirma, hay alguien ahí en ese columpio, weón.
Uy, quieto, no digas cosas aparte.
While walking around outside his house in the early hours of the morning, Elos notices a swing moving all on its own. It can't have been the wind because the one next to it wasn't moving at all. So how was it moving, and just what was it going to do next? At 3:05 in the morning, Ellis is woken by noises coming from the kitchen. He checks around his whole apartment, but finds nothing. However, as he makes his way back to the bedroom, the sounds of heavy footsteps can be heard behind him. He spins around, and then something we can't see charges right towards him, and Ellis drops his phone in a panic. In this next clip, taken a few nights later, this happens.
Bueno, me encuentro haciendo este video porque revisando la caja de comentarios me han recomendado mucho prender velas para que los espíritus que estén aquí en el apartamento puedan descansar, puedan ir hacia la luz, me permitan descansar. Aquí tengo una vela que me la dio una persona con mucha fe para ayudarme con todo esto, y la persona dice que esta vela está bendecida. Entonces voy a prenderla con la misma fe para que la presencia que está aquí en el apartamento atormentándome pueda ir hacia la luz. Bueno, ya quedó la velita emprendida. Parece escuchar algo ya. Algo se movió por allá. El florero se movió. Estoy seguro que ese florero se movió.
As Ellis is talking, the camera glitches slightly. He lights a candle on the table, and then it immediately slides across the table on its own before it blows out. Ellis is horrified by what he's just seen. He then hears something behind him. He goes to take a look, and the cutlery also slides on its own before the video ends there. But things were about to get more terrifying than ever before.
¿Es una bruja lo que hay en mi casa?
Llevaba 2 noches que no sucedía nada, pero otra vez estoy viendo. Voy a prender la luz. Voy a prender esto. Tampoco prender la luz, Dios. ¿Será que se fue la energía? No hay energía, no hay energía. Mi apartamento está sin energía, mi apartamento está sin energía. Pues al momento no se ve nada extraño, pero les juro que yo escuché unos golpes. Miren que si hay energía. Yo estoy sin energía. Estoy sin energía. ¿Qué es lo que estaba sonando? Se escuchaban unos golpes duros, pero no sé qué es lo que... Al parecer todo está tranquilo. Se ve todo tranquilo. ¿Qué es eso? Hay algo en mi cocina, Dios. Hay algo en mi cocina, Dios mío. Señor bendito. Líbrame de todo mal y perro. Se escucharon los pasos. Uy, ¿qué es eso? Dios mío bendito, ¿qué es eso? Ay, Dios, dame valor, Señor, dame valor. Dame valor, no tengo temor, Señor, no tengo temor. ¿Qué fue eso, Dios? ¿Qué fue eso? Oh, Señor bendito, ¿qué fue eso? Cúbreme, Señor, con tu sangre preciosa. Cúbreme, Señor, con tu sangre preciosa. Me pareció haber visto algo, sí. Les juro que me pareció haber visto algo. Oh, Señor, qué susto. Qué susto, Dios mío, ¿qué fue eso?
Elos is disturbed by noises in his apartment. He steps out to investigate and realizes none of the lights will turn on. He checks outside and realizes all the streetlights and other apartment lights are still on, so it's just his that aren't working. Knowing something isn't quite right, Elos checks his entire apartment and all looks clear. However, when he reaches his kitchen, a dark figure can be seen standing motionless, staring right at Elos. He sees it and runs back to his bedroom, then a horrifying scream is heard and the curtains move to the side. Elos bravely goes back out, but no one's there now. In this final clip, Elos is awoken again by creepy noises in his home.
No creerás lo que pasó esta noche.
Son las 10 de la noche, con 20 minutos y ya estaba durmiendo porque estos días tengo que madrugar y acabo de escuchar que alguien me susurró fuerte al oído, una voz horrible, entonces eso me despertó. Aparte de eso también estoy sintiendo pasos, estoy sintiendo ruido y bueno, yo espero que esta noche sea muy tranquila. ¿Qué fue eso? Dios mío, ¿qué fue eso? Mataron a cobija. No sé si salir porque estoy asustado. Todavía se escuchan voces de la gente porque está muy temprano. Estoy temblando, estoy nervioso, súper nervioso. No paro de temblar. Les juro que estoy temblando, gente. Estoy temblando mucho.
Dios mío, qué susto, bro.
As Elos is talking, his blanket is aggressively ripped off him with force. He goes to see what's done it, but again, he can't see anything in his home. TikTok viewers have been left terrified by these scary videos uploaded by Elos Están Conmigo, with many agreeing that everything he's encountered in his home is the work of a malicious poltergeist and that he should move out immediately. But what do you think? Drop a comment below with your thoughts on this one. In the heart of Japan, there lies a house shrouded in whispers and shadows. It's the real-life setting for the haunting tale of Ju-on, or The Grudge, to Western audiences. Legend tells of a spirit consumed by rage and sorrow that lurks within, waiting to curse anyone bold enough to step through its doors. Most steer clear of the Ju-on house, fearing its grim reputation. Yet, a man braved its eerie halls, night vision camera in hand, determined to uncover the truth behind the lore. Shockingly, after this daring exploration, the man vanished without a trace. What we have now is the chilling footage discovered on an abandoned memory card and uploaded to the YouTube account JPH88. Brace yourself to witness the last moments of this man's harrowing journey. While the man's investigating upstairs, the door to the room he's in suddenly slams shut behind him. The man's stunned, and it takes him a few moments to find the courage to open the door. When he finally does, he looks out into the hallway, but can't see anything. However, all of a sudden, the head of someone or something with long dark hair can be seen slowly climbing up the stairs. It looks at him and the camera glitches. The man is terrified and takes cover behind the wall. After a short while, he cautiously approaches the door. At first, it looks like nobody's there, but then a figure with long dark hair and a white dress, eerily reminiscent of the Grudge, appears and creepily moves towards the man and then attacks him. The aftermath is unclear, but many speculate that the vengeful spirit of the Ju-on got to him. For a short while, the man lies there with his night vision camera tilted towards the door, and what it captured is nothing short of creepy. figure with long dark hair can be seen creepily peeking its head around the door, watching the man as he's laying there. Paralysed and unable to move, the man can only be heard whimpering as the figure horrifyingly peeks in. This creepy video has terrified YouTube viewers ever since it was uploaded to the account JPH88, with many agreeing with user Jacob Duran 8997 that this gives me chills like you wouldn't believe. I normally don't get them with videos like this, so that usually means there is some kind of truth behind it. The noises the entity was making, her eyes glowing in night vision, and the weird noise the cameraman was making, looks and sounds, all too real to be fabricated. But what do you think? Did this man encounter the notorious grudge spirit inside the infamous Ju-on house? You tell me. This next scary video was uploaded to the YouTube channel Ka Records. There's very little information about the video, except that it was filmed during an exploration of an abandoned house at night, where the explorers encounter a very scary surprise.
Lebt hier jemand oder was gut?
As the explorers turn the corner, they suddenly realise there's someone watching them from the darkness. At first, it's impossible to see just who or what is watching them, but if we slow it down, we can see what looks like a creepy little girl with glowing eyes staring eerily at the pair from the dark depths of this abandoned house. They only catch a glimpse before the person holding the camera panics and they flee the abandoned house. At first, like this commenter says, it could just be a detailed picture that they saw, but going through the frames, you can see that this creepy figure is actually moving. YouTube viewers were left terrified by this video uploaded by Ka Records, with many agreeing that it's a good job they fled when they did, as who knows what could have happened if they went in further. But what do you think these explorers caught on camera at this abandoned house? Leave a comment below with what you're thinking. You can expect to hear some unusual sounds when you're out in the woods, but this was different. Louise from the YouTube channel Camper Vibe is no stranger to spending nights alone in the woods, yet nothing could have prepared her for the chilling encounter she was about to face. Unbeknownst to her, she'd chosen to set up camp in Derring Wood, Kent. These woods are infamously known as one of the most haunted places in the whole of the UK, and Louise's intended relaxing camp quickly turned into the most terrifying camping experience she'd ever had.
There is a lot of noises in these woods. Sounds like kids screaming. That's just a train. Is it a bird or is it kids screaming? Honestly, I've never known a woods with so many strange noises. It's not just your normal birds and stuff and planes. There's a lot of planes. There's like this weird... Oh, I don't really know how to describe it, but...
Trying to enjoy her night in the woods, Louise keeps being interrupted by strange noises. Having never experienced anything quite like this, an unsettling feeling began to creep over Louise. There was something distinctly off about these woods. As it turned out, her intuition was spot on.
on because I'm pretty convinced there's been a person or persons. But I've never wanted the morning to come as much as I do right now.
In the dead of night, someone or something can be heard walking around outside Louise's tent. The footsteps sound like 2 feet, walking heavily through the leaves right next to where she's sleeping, but then they all of a sudden stop, as if whatever is out there is standing still right outside her tent. For a while, it stays silent outside, but then something can be heard scratching her tent before it lets out a terrifying noise. After this, nothing happens for around an hour and 20 minutes when Louise is awoken again by noises. This time, fed up with whoever or whatever is outside, she plucks up the courage to take a look.
That's just the house. I didn't want to turn the light on earlier because I swear to God that was footsteps. That's just the house though. This is definitely the scariest night I've ever had in a tent.
Louise takes a look outside, but no one's there. Whatever was walking outside her tent seems to have disappeared, although it managed to disturb the crows. Louise, clearly scared by this terrifying encounter while solo camping in the woods alone, says that this was, quote, the most scared she's ever been while camping. And who can blame her? Can you imagine lying there in your tent, hearing footsteps circling you in the darkness, unsure if it's someone trying to play tricks or something far more unsettling? I'll ask you this, would you be able to endure a night like that, all alone in the darkness of the woods? Personally, I wouldn't dare. This next creepy video comes from the Japanese ghost channel Fourth Wall. In the heart of Shikoku, Japan, stands a house that the locals say is extremely haunted. 2 decades ago, inside this very house, a neighbour who was concerned that he hadn't seen the family for a while ended up discovering something horrifying: the family's lifeless bodies in the living room. Missing from the scene was the 10-year-old son, later found in the garage, muttering the words, "The shutters are scary." The community was shocked as the boy had seemingly vanished out of sight for a year leading up to his discovery. While the son's whispers became the stuff of hushed legends, the plot thickened when the property came under the ownership of Mr. Ishikawa. His intrigue about the property's past led him to a disturbing discovery: a child's drawing depicting the tragic family incident and an unnerving shadowy figure standing nearby. Could it be the manifestation of the dark entity rumoured to haunt the home? Adding to the house's eerie reputation, an attempt to cleanse its aura was abruptly halted. An employee, after encountering the chilling drawing, was struck with inexplicable illness, fueling speculations about a curse linked to the home's past. Mr. Ishikawa's interest in unveiling the mysteries of the house didn't stop there. Footage from a camera, left recording overnight by a friend of his, unveiled unsettling phenomena that few could rationally explain. This is the footage Mr. Ishikawa's friend caught. The shutters to the garage can be heard echoing through the empty property. But did you see it? While the shutters were moving, a mysterious white figure can be seen slowly peeking in around the door before it slips away out of sight. Mr. Ishikawa shared this story of the house and this video footage with the Fourth Wall team via email, and, of course, they became interested. The Fourth Wall team sends a cameraman to visit the empty house alone late at night, and within minutes of stepping foot into the house, he captures something rather creepy. The sounds of someone talking startles the person recording, but when he looks inside, there's no one there. Spooked by this, the cameraman decides to set up multiple night vision cameras around the empty property, with one pointing directly at the garage shutters. This is what that camera caught. Something can be heard scratching and rattling the garage shutters, and then a pair of legs eerily walk by before they mysteriously disappear into thin air. YouTube viewers have been left spooked. The harrowing tale of the house, combined with the creepy footage of these phantom legs passing the garage shutters, has left many scared to go to sleep at night. An overwhelming number are now convinced that the shadows of the past still haunt this home, but the question remains, what's your verdict? Share your thoughts below in the comments. The next creepy video comes from the Japanese ghost hunting channel Clip Store. The Clip Store team were contacted by a fan of their show, asking them to investigate a creepy case for them. The fan claims that they took a picture in some underground caves in the Fukuoka area of Japan, featuring something so creepy they were stunned. Rumour has it that these caves are pretty haunted, with a woman in white appearing regularly in the underground network of the caves. And in the picture snapped by the fan who contacted Clip Store, the pale face of what looks like a woman can be seen staring towards the camera inside the cave, which they believe is the ghost of the woman in white. Gachan, Daichan, and Yasuke make their way into the caves late at night in an attempt to find where the photograph was taken.
安助さん気をつけてね。滑るよ。
巨大な石を下に落とすとか。やめて。マジ膝限界でさ、なんか和式トイレでトイレした時こんな感じじゃない？
ああ、わかる。
マジ。え、ちょっと待って。左側。どっかな。え、石、ここや、ここや。
石あるもんね。
ほら、こんな感じじゃないの？あ、だね、だね。
ああ、そうそうそう。
え、ちょっとうわ、気持ち悪い。てか、無理。人が、だってガッちゃんそんな足とか出してんじゃん。とにかく、ここですね。
After finding the location of the photo, two of the team leave to go outside to the car as they find the caves a bit too much of a tight squeeze for all of them to stay, leaving Gachan behind in the caves alone. After a short while, Gachan hears something which makes his blood run cold.
Eh? 声線やった今。え？ちょっと待ってマジ。ちょっととりあえず続けるか。いや怖いな普通に。
The sound of a woman crying from the dark depths of the cave startles Gachan out of his trance, sending shivers up his spine. Could this be the voice of the ghostly woman in white seen in the fan's photo? While Gachan is in the caves, Daichan and Yasuke discuss how uncomfortable and frightening their experience of the caves were when this happens.
大ちゃん初めてやったけど、どうだった ?13 です。
いや、結構ね、やっぱなんていうかな、やっぱ寒気まあ、その、洞窟っていうのもあるけど、やっぱそこがすごいよね。
そうね、なんか雰囲気が違うもんね、やっぱ。
ね。
うん。あと、コウモリエグかったね。
エグかったね。
いや、前来た時ね、全部冬眠しとったけん、上にくっついとるだけやったんやけど、今日ずっと終始飛び回りよったけんさ、マジ地獄やったね。
いや、本当に。いや、結構ね、過酷。
なんでよ、もう。今、コンコン言ったよね。やばくない？車揺れたよ、今。
Suddenly, a knock at the rear of the car draws their attention to the back. Another knock comes shortly afterwards, this time at the front of the vehicle. However, prior to this, eagle-eyed viewers notice something chilling. A creepy, pale, ghostly face can be seen in the reflection of the car's side mirror looking in at the pair. But after the second knock, when the camera looks back, the face is no longer there. Eagle-eyed viewers also noticed something else while the ghost hunters were down in the caves. Earlier in the video, when the ghost hunters were searching for the exact location of the creepy lady in white seen in the fan's photo, something sinister lurks behind them in the shadows. It's subtle, but if you look closely at the background, you can see movement in the caves, almost as if something or someone is following them, and the ghost hunters are completely unaware to it. Clip Store's viewers were left creeped out by this video, with many believing that the ghost hunters encountered the ghost of the woman in white that is rumoured to haunt the caves. But what do you think? Did the Clip Store team capture evidence of the ghost of the woman in white on camera? Let me know your thoughts on this one in the comments below. The final ghost video for today claims to be proof of paranormal activity, although many argue it to be a hoax. The video shows a man being cheeky, trying to videotape his girlfriend in the shower. It all seems like fun and games, until the terrifying moment when he realised they weren't alone.
Enséñame algo. No, sin toalla.
Ya, no. Ay.
Sin toalla.
Yo.
The woman leaves the bathroom, unamused by her boyfriend filming her. However, when she leaves, he notices something behind the shower curtain. Then suddenly, someone or something presses against the shower curtain, causing the man to scream in terror. He pulls open the curtain, but the figure that was just seen pressed against it is now nowhere to be seen. This scary video uploaded to YouTube in 2011 has really kicked up a debate. Some users think it's fake, but made so well that it looks real. On the flip side, there are those who are genuinely freaked out and can't shake the feeling that it might actually be real. Regardless of which side people align with, there's one thing everyone can agree on: it's a very creepy video. The next creepy video comes from Reddit user Raphael H455. Apparently, the following footage you're about to see was recorded on his sister's property when her motion-activated sensors detected movement. In the truck's headlights, we can see two figures standing motionless at the entrance to Raphael's sister's property. Her husband can be seen yelling at them to go away, but the figures just stand there. And when he switches the truck's bright headlights on full beam, the figures have now vanished like they were never there. But where could they have gone? Did they somehow disappear into thin air? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. This next creepy video comes from the YouTube channel Gorilla Hot Tortilla or Tortilla. Anyway, the video shows a group of friends exploring an old forest somewhere in Poland. A short while into their adventure, they come across an old abandoned farmhouse and barn, which are in total disrepair. However, as nightfall begins, the group realise they need to set up camp somewhere and make their way back into the forest. Several hours pass, and the group make a decision to return to the abandoned farmhouse that they came across earlier in the day, and it turned out to be a very bad idea.
Zaraz znajdziemy, będzie git. Dobra, trawa nie jest jakaś gęsta, to...
Nie, tylko trzeba bardziej z bliska, bo to jest przecież takie... Czarny futerał, to naprawdę było widać. Zgaduję, że może kurwa nawet było tak, że tutaj go miałem, jak gdzieś szliśmy, to zamiast włożyć go do kieszeni, to kurwa włożyłem obok kieszeni i tyle, nie?
W tej stodole trzeba sprawdzić. No też wisiał chyba. No też mi się tak wydaje. Był płaszcz tutaj jakiś przecież. Kurwa nie ma.
Nie ma nic, kurwa.
Nie ma nic.
After entering the old barn, the friends see something so chilling it makes them flee for their lives. A creepy looking figure can be seen just dangling upside down. Terrified and without a second thought, the group flee the barn and head back the way they came. After some time, the group stop to take a breather, but then the sounds of something can be heard growling nearby. The group flee further into the dark woods, and right before the video ends, the camera briefly captures whoever or whatever is chasing them. YouTube viewers were left debating in the comments on just who or what this is. Many believe the group encountered a skinwalker, and some go as far as suggesting it to be a quote, vampire. Even Gorilla Hot Tortilla has titled the video as "We were chased by the monster." But who or what do you think chased this group of friends? Skinwalker, vampire, or monster? Or maybe something else entirely? You tell me. The first scary video comes from the YouTube channel Eric Gunner. Eric claims that he's been haunted by a sinister dark entity for some time and has uploaded some very scary footage which I've featured in previous episodes. Eric eventually made the decision not to film whatever is haunting him again, but when this creepy activity happened, he just had to catch it on video.
Hola? Hola? Ay. Ya no sé si le están pegando a la puerta o al closet. ¿Hola? Hola. Ya no sé qué le están pegando. ¿Hola? Hola. ¿Hola? Uy. Otra vez. ¿Hola? Es que también no quiero echar mucha luz para allá porque... Uy, quién sabe qué fue ese ruido.
Eric is awoken by banging on the window, but he's not on the ground floor, so there's no way any normal human being could be outside his window. Suddenly, more banging starts. This time, it seems to now be coming from inside Eric's wardrobe. Eric is terrified, but plucks up the courage to take a look, and then this happens.
Uy, sí le siguen pegando. Es que sí, o sea, literal me da un chingo de miedo. ¿Qué pedo? ¡Ah! ¡Ay! ¿Qué pedo? Uy, O sea, vean, no puede pasarse nadie para allá porque está la tabla. Hay una tabla ahí grandota que cubre todo. O sea, no crean que nada más está puesta así, no. Cubre todo. No hay manera. Aquí obviamente no cabe nadie.
As Eric reaches for the wardrobe door, a terrifying face with long black hair peeks out from behind the wardrobe door. Eric panics and jumps back in fear, terrified by what he's just seen. He then opens the wardrobe door and finds no one inside. Eric Gunner's viewers were left horrified by this terrifying video uploaded to his YouTube account, with many saying that they were too scared to go to sleep after seeing this figure. But what do you think is going on here? Is Eric Gunner haunted by something evil, or is it all just for views? You tell me. This next entry comes from the subreddit Paranormal, uploaded by I Mean Who Doesn't Write. Several years ago, the OP took the following photo you're about to see on his mother's iPhone. He originally wanted to take a burst of pictures as a joke, just to spam the camera roll on his mum's phone. But when his mum flicked through the dozens of photos he took, it turned out there was a mysterious dark stain on one of the photos, which she just couldn't quite understand. Captured in one of the snapshots, a chilling, shadowy figure appears, lurking ominously in the background behind the OP. The menacing figure seems to hover eerily over his left shoulder, yet, in the photograph taken mere milliseconds later, the figure is barely discernible. And then, in the subsequent shot, the figure has vanished entirely. Members of the paranormal subreddit found themselves deeply unnerved by this chilling photograph, snapped mere milliseconds apart from the others. Many users were intrigued and pressed for details. User 1020 Farmhouse asks, aside from that crazy photo, did other strange things occur in your house? The OP replied with, quote, some things have happened to me as well as some of my family members, but not things that couldn't be explained, except my brother's bed shaking and a voice that said, go away. Through the radio in both my brother's and my room, we had different frequencies. It said it in another language though, not English. Starry Fox then says, how the f are you so casual about that? The majority of the paranormal subreddit lean towards belief in the haunting nature of the photo, with many labeling it as an image of a shadow figure. Yet, as always, the truth remains open to interpretation. What's your take on this eerie snapshot? Let me know down in the comments. This next creepy video comes from the popular Russian ghost hunting channel Toppy. Sergey explains that he wants to conduct an experiment using two supposedly haunted mirrors placed opposite each other. Many paranormal enthusiasts and those interested in supernatural lore believe that placing two mirrors opposite each other can create a spiritual portal or a ghost portal. This is due to the endless reflections created, which some believe could be a gateway for spirits or entities to cross into our realm. This concept comes from various cultural and spiritual beliefs. For example, in Feng Shui, the ancient Chinese practice of arranging physical spaces, it's generally advised to avoid this mirror placement as it can lead to restlessness and amplify negative energy. And even good witches, yes, there are good witches, advise against placing two mirrors opposite each other. Sergey, keen to open a quote, mirror corridor, in an attempt to contact any spirits, places the two mirrors opposite each other. For several minutes, he asks questions and nothing much really happens. But then, at around 12 minutes in, he readjusts the mirrors in his equipment, and then this happens.
Только что проявился какой-то дом. Я сегодня, буду, показывать вам то, что вообще проявляется. Поставим сюда. Наверное, так. Вот так. Вы можете показать себя, призраки, сущности, которые могут выйти из этого зеркала. Проявите себя. Проявите себя с помощью этого приложения. Что был стук? Так,
Призраки, проявите себя. С помощью этих нейросетей. Блин, у меня такое чувство сейчас было, что меня как будто бы кто-то за плечо взял.
Sergei can be heard asking any spirits to show themselves to him. Some knocking sounds can be heard around him, but nothing can be seen. Then, all of a sudden, something dark appears behind him. He slowly moves towards him and seems to reach out and touch him on the shoulder before retreating back the opposite way. It then dissipates, never to be seen again. Sergei feels it, but when he turns around, nothing's there. YouTube viewers have been left horrified by this video uploaded by Toppy, with many believing it to be 100% real. Toppy says that this is, quote, "Ghosts showed themselves through the neural networks, essence in my apartment." But what do you think? Did Sergei summon a ghost through his mirror corridor as he and his viewers believe? You tell me. This next clip was uploaded to TikTok by Baby J while she and her friends were out on the Santa Cruz Broadwalk. The Broadwalk is well known for its amusement park rides, but the friends were walking past after the park had closed when they suddenly noticed something very strange. As the ride lowers down, someone or something can be seen in one of the seats. However, as it lowers further, whoever was there has now disappeared. TikTok viewers have been left scratching their heads with this one, with the majority agreeing with user "See that looked like a person and it disappeared." The next comment adds even more creepiness to this clip. User Paris Mayer says a person died on that ride in 2004. What do you think is going on here? Is this a ghost or something else? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Ali McDaniel uploaded this creepy video to TikTok, which he recorded on his way back from a fishing trip at Falls Lake, North Carolina. On the long journey home, Ali decides to pull over to visit the public restroom when he begins to hear a peculiar noise coming from inside them. Thinking that maybe it might be an animal in distress, he pulls out his phone and starts recording.
Yo, what the? What the? Bro. There's nobody in here. Yo!
The chilling sounds of a woman screaming for help can be heard echoing out of the public restroom. Ali rushes in to check, but after looking around, there's no woman in there. After uploading this video to TikTok, viewers believe that this could be something supernatural. However, others go as far as suggesting that perhaps a skinwalker was trying to lure people inside the public restroom. But what do you think? This next creepy clip comes from TikTok, uploaded by Carlos Chimal MX, who decided to take a video of the beautiful weather from the rooftop of a building. After uploading the video to Instagram, one of Carlos's followers told him that someone or something was up on the rooftop with him. Did you catch it? At first, the roof seems completely empty, but if we zoom in and slow it down, we can see a creepy ghoulish face peek out before it ducks away out of sight. Carlos's viewers were left creeped out by this ghoulish face peeking out at him behind what looks like a chimney. However, TikTok user Erica Vega commented saying that she lives nearby and that the figure was actually not behind a chimney, but behind a tomb on the rooftop above Museo de la Muerte in the town of San Juan del Rio, which is located in Mexico. And if we translate Museo de la Muerte into English, it becomes the Museum of Death. So, after reading this comment, I became intrigued and set out to do my research. After googling San Juan del Rio Museo de la Muerte, we can see that the scenery in the clip posted by Carlos matches up identically with the images found on Google and TripAdvisor. But the question still remains, who is this peeking out at Carlos Chimal on the rooftop of the Museum of Death in San Juan del Rio, Mexico? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments. Nestled in Carson City, the historic Nevada State Prison has stood since 1862, bearing witness to countless tales of the living and, as some say, the spirits of the departed. From ghostly apparitions to unexplained sounds echoing through its long abandoned halls, this prison's reputation has piqued the curiosity of many. Venturing into its mysterious depths, Ghost Vex's Paranormal sought answers. Here's what they uncovered.
Can you make a noise for me? Let me know where you are. Let me know where you are. Do you want to see what I'm seeing right now? This is with night vision on. That's what I see right now. Alright, I'm gonna head back.
While walking down the corridors in total darkness, a voice can be heard saying, "Get out." Then, at the end of the corridor, a white apparition appears before quickly disappearing out of sight. YouTube viewers have been left amazed at this capture, with many believing it to be a genuine ghost caught on camera. But what do you think? Was this the ghostly spirit of an inmate caught on camera, or just a trick of the light? This next video comes from the exploration channel Uncharted Travel. Brennan ventures out to an old abandoned mining settlement known as the Headley Mascot Gold Mine, located in the Similkameen region of southern British Columbia. The location is so far out in the middle of nowhere that Brennan has to take a plane, rent a car, head off-road, and then hike up a dangerous mountain to reach his destination. The Headley Mascot Gold Mine, perched on Nickel Plate Mountain, was once the pride of southern British Columbia in the late 19th century. As it yielded vast gold treasures, it also bore dark tales of peril. Notorious for treacherous conditions, many miners met their end within its depths, leading to legends of lost miners, spirits trapped in its cavernous tunnels. Despite its riches, eerie disturbances and unexplained disappearances forced its closure in the mid-20th century. Today, it stands as a haunting testament to ambition and mystery. Finding shelter within an old structure, Brennan sets out his tent and places motion sensors, thinking they'll offer some semblance of security. But as night falls, those very sensors turn his night into a haunting ordeal. He grabs his camera, turns on his torch, and heads out into the dark.
was it came from downstairs. Of course, now that I go to investigate, I don't hear anything. Sounds like maybe an animal. I can't say for certain though. Okay, that was a rat. But what was over here?
Brennan hears noises coming from another part of the abandoned building. As he's climbing the basement stairs, something can be heard moving down there in the darkness. Brennan continues down, brushing it off as just an animal, and then, as he's entering the basement, the sound of scratching on the wooden structure can be heard. Brennan enters with caution, and then a loud sound resonates from the darkness behind him. He spins around, but no one's there. Brennan is then alerted to his motion sensor triggering upstairs, and fed up of being spooked, Brennan decides it would be best just to go to sleep. However, just as he dozes off, the motion sensor directly outside his tent triggers.
Hello, welcome. Hello, welcome. Hello, welcome. Hello, welcome.
Okay, that's like the third time. The motion sensor outside has gone off. Okay, I'm gonna go check it out. But I have the motion sensor set right there. You can see it's going off because I'm here now. But what was setting it off earlier? Maybe there's... I don't know. Okay, I'm gonna move it inside in case it's like a squirrel or something. But I have it pointed at our two doors here. So it won't be much of a warning anymore, but... at least I'll be up if somebody tries to creepily open the door.
The motion sensor outside Brennan's tent triggers not once, not twice, but 3 times, indicating that something is definitely just a few feet away from him. Brennan gets up to check, but doesn't find anyone. He then heads back to his tent and tries to get some rest. However, a short time later, he's awoken again.
I haven't gotten much sleep at all. I've been listening to this... I just have podcasts in my ear just to kind of like drone out some of the noise, but it just makes Okay, that. I think we need to go investigate that because I know I closed all the doors, so that concerns me a little. Hearing a slam like that. And all of these doors are closed. Well, except for this one, but this one's not budging. As you can see, it's like stuck there. It'd take a lot to move these ones. But it sounded like it was one of these doors. That's so bizarre, they're all closed. Like... this night just keeps getting weirder and weirder.
As Brennan is explaining he can't sleep, a loud bang, which sounded like a door slamming shut, can be heard nearby. Convinced he closed all the doors prior to bedding down for the night, Brennan goes to check, and bizarrely, all the doors are still secure. So what made that sound? And just who or what was lurking outside Brennan's tent? YouTube viewers were left scared to go to sleep after watching this creepy video uploaded to the channel Uncharted Travel back in October 2022, with many believing that Brennan captured real paranormal activity while solo camping in this old abandoned mining settlement. But what do you think happened here? Use the comments to share your thoughts. This next entry was captured after two men, who had a few too many at the pub, decided to take a shortcut through a cemetery. One of the men, unaware to his surroundings, climbs onto a crypt, thinking it's his bed, and falls asleep. His friend found this to be hilarious, and decided to take a photo to show him the next day. Two men eventually made it back home, and the following morning, once they came around, they were shocked at what they saw in the photo taken at the cemetery. Captured in a photograph, we can see his friend lying on a crypt. However, hovering just above him, a transparent hooded figure can be seen. The figure looks to be leaning right over him, and as if he or she is disturbed by his foolish behaviour. Commenters on this video say that this transparent figure seen leaning over the man is definitely a ghost, and many were unsurprised because of the man's disrespectful behaviour. But what do you think? Is this a real ghost that was disturbed by a man sleeping on its grave? You tell me. The next creepy clip has been shared before. The video was uploaded to YouTube back in 2009 by Daniel Cherez and has left viewers terrified. The video shows Daniel and his friends performing in their band on stage at an event when an uninvited guest decides to make an appearance. Did you catch it? On the right side of the screen, a creepy pale face can be seen peeking out from behind the TV and appears to be staring straight at the band. The face looks incredibly pale and distorted, and no one seems to notice it. What is perhaps even more mysterious is the fact that the girl appears nowhere else in the video. Viewers believe this is a ghost caught on camera, but what do you make of this clip? And why is it only her face which is pale and distorted? Drop a comment below with your thoughts. The next creepy clip was captured on a trail cam and uploaded to the YouTube channel NVTV. No stranger to posting trail cam sightings of mythological beings such as Bigfoot and Dogman. NVTV posted this video back in April titled "Shocking Trail Cam Footage No One Expected." Well, judging by the comments, that definitely seems to be the case. Captured on a trail cam in the dead of night, some sort of creature-like thing creepily crawls along in view of the camera. It shuffles its long legs and arms and slowly moves out of view, not before it stares at the camera with ominous, shining eyes. The start of the video states that this is a rake creature, a humanoid creature that has been part of folklore and urban legends for many years. The creature has been linked to the likes of Slenderman and is said to inflict psychological torture on whoever it encounters. Viewers were left creeped out by this trail cam footage, believing that although it has human-like features, the proportions are distorted, making this video creepy as f***. But what do you think this is? Share your thoughts in the comments below. The final video for today comes from the popular Pakistani ghost hunting channel Sayar Official. In the video, Sayar and his team of ghost hunters visit an abandoned ranch miles out in the middle of nowhere. The ranch is said to be incredibly haunted. According to the previous owner, the empty home on the ranch has several unwelcome guests who have made their home there. The owner reported that all 3 of his children became sick at the exact same time with the exact same illness after climbing a tree at the back of the property that they believe is haunted. There have been many other terrifying encounters with the supernatural on the ranch as well, including an invisible creature moving the bed and telling the person in it not to sleep there. It is believed that the ranch is host to not one, but a family of jinns, otherwise known in the Western world as demons. Sayar and his team start their investigation around the old ranch, where they hear a lot of strange noises coming from all around them. Then at around 37 minutes into the video, they capture this.
Allah, ya Khudam.
ये इसकी आवाज़ आई थी
यार ये पलटी है यहाँ पड़ी हुई थी
हाँ इधर पड़ी हुई थी.
All of a sudden, a wooden cart is flipped over by something we can't see. The ghost hunters are spooked by what they've just witnessed, but continue on with their investigation, keen to get to the bottom of whatever is haunting this old ranch. A short while later, they reach a washing area of the ranch and capture this.
ओ ये देखें खुरम ये देखें ये सिंक भी ना सिंक भी टूटा हुआ है. आवाज़ आई है खुरम इधर से सुनिए आपने.
हाँ जी.
ये
Did you catch that? As Kurum stands in front of the mirror, you can clearly see his reflection, but watch what happens when he turns his head. His reflection in the mirror stays exactly how it was. The pair don't notice and continue on with their investigation. Eventually, they reach a room when suddenly they notice something out of the corner of their eye.
क्या आप अपनी मौजूदगी का एहसास दोबारा दिला सकते हैं?
क्या आप बगैर नुकसान पहुंचाए?
शाहिद
क्या हुआ खुरम?
इधर से किसी ने झांका है.
इधर से?
शाहिद इधर से किसी ने झांका है. इधर से कोई देख रहा था. मैंने खुद देखा है. इधर से जैसे कोई देख ही नीचे हुआ है.
Now again, did you spot it? The head of something dark quickly ducks down behind a wall as soon as the bright light hits it. They notice and rush over to it, but nothing's there. The ghost hunters continue on with their paranormal investigation around the old ranch, and after a while, they come across a room with an old bed in it. Thinking about the encounters of previous occupants of the ranch, they decide this would be a good way to make contact with whatever entities reside on the ranch, but it turned out to be a very bad idea.
आप बगैर नुकसान पहुंचाए सामने आए. खुरम निकलो यार इधर से. खुरम निकलो यार. खुरम निकलो यार. खुरम निकलो. निकलो यार बस.
All of a sudden, while Karam is lying on the bed mysteriously flips over, throwing him flying onto the floor. Terrified by what's just happened, Karam grabs his camera and flees in absolute fear. SCARIEST officials, viewers were on the edge of their seats while watching their paranormal investigation around this old abandoned ranch, with many believing that the ghost hunters were being tormented by a jinn. But what do you think? Did Karam and Shahid encounter real paranormal activity on camera? You tell me. This next ghost video was uploaded to the subreddit Paranormal Encounters by a user named Blonde in the Woods. The user explains that she received the following clip from her husband's best friend after he set up indoor CCTV cameras around his home. Apparently, prior to installing the cameras, the homeowner had always felt like something was in the house with him. Eventually, he sold the house. A few months later, the new owners moved in, but not long after moving in, they started experiencing paranormal activity in and around their new home. Objects would be misplaced, and loud banging sounds would echo in the night, waking the family from their sleep. The new owners wanted to get to the bottom of these bizarre but frightening occurrences, and visited their neighbour who put them in touch with the previous owner, the OP's husband's best friend. They asked if he ever experienced anything in the house, to which he replied, yes, regularly. The new owners then shared this video with him, which was captured in their living room when nobody was home. An orb quickly glides upwards before it manifests into some sort of figure. The figure quickly moves along before disappearing out of sight. But what makes this even more creepy is that we can hear the words "help" right as the figure is seen. Redditors have been left spooked by this clip, with many believing this to be a genuine ghost caught on camera due to the orb appearing, turning into a figure, and the sort of floating like movement of whoever this is. But what do you think? Is this a ghost caught on camera? Let me know. This next creepy video comes from one of my favourite Japanese ghost channels, A Lot of Music. In the video you're about to see, a couple of friends decide to explore an old abandoned building for fun. However, their fun would soon turn into a nightmare they would never forget.
シャワー室で自殺してるみちゃん。知らん。
そういうこと？わざわざ用意して。
いやいやいや、違う。
ふざけてんの？
いや、俺前来た時なかったんだ本当に。
ふざけてんの？
いやいや、ちょっと本当。
いや、意味がわかんないし、わざわざあんなも用意して。
いや、でも俺じゃない。意
味がわかんないし。
いや、本当ごめん。やばいやばいやばい。
Did you see it? As the couple are exploring the old building, the camera catches a pale female figure in a mirror's reflection, standing eerily right next to them. The couple don't see her and continue on. However, when the person holding the camera looks in another mirror, she sees the same female figure seen moments earlier, but this time she's grabbing onto his friend. And then when the camera pans back, no figure is holding her. Terrified by what's just happened, the couple flee the building in absolute fear. TikTok user Cheryl Sweetie2 uploaded these next clips to her page last year. Cheryl says that for some time now, they have been experiencing terrifying paranormal activity in and around their home. One evening, while Cheryl was sewing, her daughter, who was sat on the floor behind her, noticed something moving in the closet.
Hey guys, just wanted to jump on really quick because I had to stop sewing. My daughter just said that something weird really happened and we've been experiencing a lot of strange things lately, just different noises and stuff. Don't mind my mannequins, I sew for a living, so. Can you tell mommy what you just said?
I think there's something underneath that.
Door. Under the closet door? Is that what scared you? It's okay. Everything's all right. What?
Cheryl's daughter stares at the closet door in fear. Cheryl takes a look inside. Mannequin startles her, but nothing seems out of the ordinary. However, the mannequin then begins to wobble and then crashes to the floor mysteriously all by itself. TikTok viewers were creeped out by this clip, with many mentioning that perhaps the mannequin is haunted. But Cheryl says that strange things had begun occurring before she brought the mannequins into the house. A user commented saying, "Where you get them mannequins from, might want to throw them away." Cheryl then uploaded this video, which was taken a couple of months before she purchased the mannequins. Cheryl's daughter walks over to the closet as if someone or something has called her over. She opens the door and just stands there for a while before exiting the room. Both of these clips have left TikTok users creeped out, with many believing that something has been haunting Cheryl's home for some time, and after bringing the mannequins home, has now possessed one of them. But what do you think is going on here? Let me know in the comments. This next video might seem familiar to some, as it has circulated in the past. However, it hasn't made an appearance on the scene recently. The video was recorded by the ghost hunting channel Ogden Paranormal when they visited the infamously haunted Asylum 49. This former hospital, now a hub for the paranormal, is tucked away in Tuele, Utah, and holds a history as chilling as the encounters reported within its walls. Asylum 49's transformation from hospital to nursing home and now to a haunted attraction has seen it become a hotspot for paranormal enthusiasts. The place is well known for its chilling spectral activity, from ghostly whispers echoing through its hallways to shadowy apparitions fleeting through one sight, and even the unsettling sensation of invisible hands making contact. Ogden Paranormal went in, cameras rolling, and what they caught on tape sent shivers down their spines.
I know, I see her. It's Pepper. Yeah, I know, I told that lady that.
Did you see it? as the paranormal investigators enter a room with an incredibly creepy statue standing there. If you look to the left, a dark figure can be seen peeking out from the darkness, but when the IR light from the team's night vision camera hits it, it vanishes like it was never there. Ogden Paranormal's viewers were amazed at this capture, and to this day, the evidence shown here is very compelling. Ogden Paranormal says that this is, quote, a shadow figure, and YouTube viewers agree. But do you? Let me know. The next set of clips, which have been shared before, come from the popular mining exploration channel, exploring abandoned mines in unusual places. In this first clip, Frank, the man behind the channel, solo explores the abandoned mine and mill on Deadwood Creek. For the duration of the video, he takes a look around the old mill, where nothing much really happens. However, as he's about to leave, he captures this.
So here's the building from the front. This was probably the main entrance here on the ground floor. This is what we just were in, where all this junk is. And so I'm not sure if this was a lab or what. It's not too far from the mine. I don't know. But here is the staircase we came down. Whoa. What was that?
Out of nowhere, a bottle suddenly flies at Frank from the back of the room, but it's pretty clear that there's nobody there, so what threw it at him? In this next clip, Frank investigates the Waldeck mine, a former gold mine located miles out in the middle of nowhere, which Frank has to park up and hike several hours to reach. In the video, Frank makes his way through the mine's passageway, which would be a nightmare for someone with claustrophobia. At around 11 minutes into the video, Frank captures something unsettling.
Wow, crazy. And then you can see how big these timbers are. That's about almost a foot in diameter, the big cross timber. So they had to put big ones in here to hold up all of this rock. And you can see right here where some of these boards are bending. Sounds like what is that, wind? It stopped. I don't hear it. Wow, that was strange.
As Frank makes his way through this last clip, Frank enters inside the Horton mine and is confronted by something which makes him change his mind.
Okay, here's a shot looking back towards the entrance. I'm a little bit further in, and looking down the tunnel here. I don't know why that one chain is swinging back there. Don't know if you can see that in the video or not. Yeah, this mine definitely has a very spooky vibe to it. So I'm going to head back out and check out the other stuff that's here. This is just too wet and too muddy. And obviously something is making the chains swing. So time to get the hell out of here.
Captured on camera in the abandoned Horton mine, a heavy chain can be seen swinging back and forth, mysteriously all on its own. Frank, clearly spooked by what he's seeing, decides it would be best not to venture any further. YouTube viewers were left creeped out by these videos, with many agreeing reason being the chains swing and don't lose any momentum, as if some unknown force is constantly swinging them back and forth. This completely defies the laws of physics, and I can't explain it. What's more is that the user claims to have done some audio analysis on Frank's encounter with the whispering voices, and apparently they could hear a voice says that these captures in each of these videos are, quote, paranormal activity. But what do you think happened here? Leave a comment with your thoughts. Thank you so much for watching today's video. If you're a fan of scary content, make sure you check out either of these two videos here. And if you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button and subscribe so you'll never miss any of our weekly uploads. See you next time.